I think there's so many fucking powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials.
To ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
No. Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If you got a wild party and P. Diddy puts on that wild party and, you know, he sets everybody up. Like if you were an intelligence agent, you know, like a Jeffrey Epstein type deal, that'd be the way to do it. Big old crazy party, get everybody loose.
And get the cameras
Get them
rolling.
the yayo. Get them the yayo.
And everything else.
Get them everything you need. Get fired up. Get those cameras rolling. And now you got everybody under wraps. What a twisted web some folks weave. So like people that are elites, and that's their thing. Like their thing is to do something that is horrible, and you know it's not available to other people. So it's like, I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then well, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy shit that's coming out. Like
I was just gonna say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ! The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't look at this.
Well, what freaks me out is the people sitting in the courtroom listening to it.
Right.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that are getting subjected to it, and you just sit there and go.
Yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many people, and everybody was scared to talk.
What if the Diddy case is just the start? For several months, Hollywood has been buried in claims, court cases, federal probes, and constant news about Sean Diddy Combs. Now, two of the entertainment world's loudest voices, Joe Rogan and 50 Cent, are raising a question that has many Hollywood insiders worried. Who else was aware? Who else was nearby? And could the damage spread past Diddy alone? Tonight, we're sorting truth from rumor, looking at what Joe Rogan and 50 Cent have truly said, and explaining why some think the biggest shocks haven't come yet.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mom from Alabama who has filed a court case claiming Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z assaulted her when she was just 13 is talking to NBC News for the very first time. She requested that we keep her name hidden.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. It's inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
Besides having autism, the woman states she also suffered a brain injury. On the night of the 2000s VMAs, she claims a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a trip lasting over 5 hours. Her lawyer gave NBC News the friend's name, though that person has since passed away. The woman says she talked with Combs' limo driver, who offered her a lift to an after-party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She says she went to a White House location, where she talked with musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
At the after party, she claims she drank something that left her feeling dizzy. Then, she says, Combs and Carter alternated assaulting her while a famous woman watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
Following the alleged assault, she says she rushed to a gas station and phoned her dad, who came and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
Joe Rogan has often raised doubts about how powerful inner circles really function away from public view. While Rogan hasn't directly named specific stars in connection to crimes tied to Diddy, he has often claimed that celebrity culture tends to shield influential people for years before truth comes out. This idea has become a major part of public talk about Diddy, because for decades, Diddy wasn't merely a music boss. He was one of the best-connected figures in show business.
To include true, but if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names, and you might imagine when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's, and I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
Another instance.
To grasp why so many are discussing Hollywood ties, you must first understand Diddy's reach. During the 1990s and 2000s, Diddy created an empire. Through Bad Boy Records, clothing lines, TV spots, and business deals, he turned into one of the most familiar faces in entertainment. His gatherings became famous. Athletes, actors, models, rappers, executives, everyone wanted an invite. That's exactly why this current scandal has drawn so much focus. Not because everyone who showed up is automatically guilty, but because people are now reviewing years of ties through a totally new perspective.
That documentary, and if 50 do another one, and I heard he's gonna put it on YouTube or do whatever he's gonna do, Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do with that. Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do to try to stop that because he can't. Because if he could stop it, it would have been stopped. You know why he can't stop it? Because Puff know people right there at Netflix. Don't think he don't. And I don't know if this guy still worked for them, but he was part of the flavor unit, Shakim. He was part of the flavor unit. He was good friends and he was cool with Puff and them. Flavor unit and them, Queen Latifah and them, they was cool with Puff. If Puff would have sent a cease and desist over there and they could do it and he had the power and they wasn't right, they would have been done it. You see it's still rolling, right? It's still going on, right? He ain't got that power no more. You understand? Now, could he sue them because they used his likeness or used them and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not that versed in they using him. You understand? If they could steal your whole damn idea, your whole damn ideal, why can't they steal your whole damn intellectual?
No star has spoken up about Diddy more than 50 Cent. Their feud stretches back years. Way before today's legal mess, 50 Cent often teased Diddy on social media. At first, fans saw it as standard industry drama, but once several lawsuits and probes went public, his old jokes gained fresh attention. 50 Cent has repeatedly said he plans to keep discussing the case. He has also revealed projects focused on covering the claims and scandals surrounding Diddy.
Many horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z,
everybody.
I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
Maybe, but
one of the biggest questions coming from the Diddy scandal isn't whether Diddy will be examined closely. It's whether attention will eventually turn toward the wider entertainment world. This is where Joe Rogan's remarks connect with many viewers. Rogan often says powerful industries usually shield themselves. History proves that big scandals rarely involve just one individual. Whether in politics, business, sports, or entertainment, investigations often expose webs of connections rather than single, separate events. That doesn't mean everyone caught up did something wrong, but it does push people to ask questions. Who knew what? When did they find out? And did anyone ignore the signs?
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was Nikki put that out there. That Nikki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So,
but that's not a diss. Meek likes being brought up in that song. I don't know why you lowering his thing. You think you're doing him a favor. He's very, very happy being mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
The internet has reacted just as expected. Every old photo, every interview, every party sighting, every celebrity link has turned into a hot topic online. Some names trend for days straight. Others pop up in rumors that spread fast across social platforms. But reporters and investigators face a real problem. Being linked to someone isn't proof of any crime, and that's where the line between truth and guesswork gets crucial. As public attention grows, many stars are finding themselves talked about online just because they once ran in the same circles.
Yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, whatever is the silver lining. And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment. And what I do believe is actually happening is that, first of all, it's triggering a lot of unreleased pain, repressed anger, guilt, and suffering that a lot of women have had. I happened to be on set with several actresses the other day, and we were filming some things, and they were like, hadn't slept over a period of 2 or 3 days, and I was like, what is that? I said, oh, you guys are suffering from PTSD.
And when you start talking about it out loud, too,
everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment. We'll have lost this moment. I think this is a moment where no matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt that in order to keep my job, in order to keep my position, in order to keep moving forward, I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way, I got to pretend he didn't say that, I got to pretend he didn't touch me. I think those days are about to be over.
Are over. And if it happens to you back in the day, you would say, sometimes you're not even aware what he just said wasn't really inappropriate.
I know you've had a couple moments.
Where you just think, what did he just say?
Yes, I remember Gail had a moment when she came and said to me what somebody said that was so inappropriate. I was like, oh my God, you can sue over that. But
no, and all I said was, what did you say? And then they repeated it.
Yes. Terrible.
I just sat there typing with my 20-something-year-old.
You pretend you didn't hear it.
Yes.
You pretend it's okay. You pretend you didn't.
No, it isn't. You're right, Jeff. You're absolutely right.
But a lot of women have been silenced, and I know.
But I do think it's going to change.
Being a victim of child sexual abuse, that when you feel like you cannot be heard, and then other people start speaking out, it makes you feel like, oh, now I can speak out too.
Yeah.
So,
and you've been speaking about it for a while.
Joe Rogan has often claimed that public confidence breaks down when people sense powerful figures get special treatment. That belief is one reason the Diddy case has pulled in so much attention. Many people don't just care about one celebrity. They want to know if the entertainment world acts differently in private than it shows in public. And no matter where the investigations finally lead, that discussion isn't fading anytime soon. For now, the facts stay clear. Sean Combs faces serious legal trouble. Investigations and lawsuits have already shifted public views of one of music's most powerful names. Meanwhile, rumors keep swirling around Hollywood's larger culture of power, influence, and celebrity ties. Whether those questions go anywhere is still unknown, but one thing is sure. The story is nowhere near finished, and as new updates surface, the whole entertainment world will keep watching closely.
What happens?
Yeah, we got to just see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to stop being there for someone I consider to be a friend to me.
As you should.
I'm not going to turn my back, and it's like I've been scrutinized just by being a friend. I guess